All right, so we're going to repeat what we just did, but this time we're not going to pre-wet the paper. So I want to see whether I can get more white out with the Kleenex if we do not pre-wet the paper. So we're going to try that and see how that goes. So I'm just mixing up my puddles again. Not as worried about my light. But so we want to make sure we've got a good mixture of cobalt here, and then we're going to get watery as we head down. Okay, more water, and then almost complete water as we get towards the bottom. And I think the last time we mixed a little bit of, not yellow, I think it was kind of a gray color. Not a perfect mixture here, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and just reinforce this a little bit because it was still nice and wet. Okay, now we have a gradual. And if you like, you can make sure that this is really dark at the top. So we want those clouds to stand out. So everything's still wet. It's nice and shiny. I'm ready with my Kleenex. I'm going to try to do this again and see if it comes out whiter by not pre-wetting. Okay, keep turning the Kleenex. Okay, could have a little bit under here. And then I'm going to get thinner. Oops, that wasn't really thin, was it? You can actually twist the Kleenex like so and use that for the clouds that are towards the bottom. This, I think we need something up here. I don't know why. Okay, so that's, I'm switching for a cleaner Kleenex, and I'm really pressing hard up here because this is where I want it to be the whitest. Okay, and that probably needs something like that. Okay, I still think I have to reinforce the cobalt. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to reinforce my cobalt. I still have my paper at an angle. So that hopefully will drip down. And then it's a little less saturated as I go down here. Okay. Make some of these stand out more just by kind of dry brushing as we get to the bottom. Okay, and now we need our shade color. So we said that was cobalt blue and burnt sienna. And we're going to put that in the bottom of these clouds. Now, these clouds at the bottom are all dry. So one strategy would be to come in with some clean water and just make sure that they're a bit damp where we're going to put the shadows. Maybe too damp there. But I think that might help that color blend in more, the burnt sienna with the cobalt. Okay, and it's okay if it touches into the blue. I've got a bloom coming down here. Well, it's going to have to become part of a cloud, I guess. right. There's my burnt sienna. And you can put some variation in that if you want, you know, to have a bit of variety into the color that's at the bottom of the clouds. You can do that. Some darker parts, I'm adding a little bit of purple, just some color up here. I'm not wanting to put a lot of color down at the horizon because that's in the distance. I'll soften this up here. This looks a little, too much water. So, okay, gotta remember which brush I'm using. I like when the bottom of the clouds kind of goes up into perspective. So doing this where it seems to travel out into the distance sometimes is helpful. Okay, it's not quite as warm under those clouds as in my other one, so let's put some more warmth into that. Okay, and then all right. Just kind of dragging the water into there. This one looks like it needs some shape in it. Let's say the light was coming from this side, then here it would be darker. And that's something else to think about as well, is to give the clouds some dimensionality to them. Dimensionality, right? By, you know, highlighting one area and making them darker on certain sides. I think that helps out. So this one is maybe behind this one, so it might be darker. It's lighter on this side, it's lighter on that side, lighter on that side, lighter on that side, lighter on this side. I'm really scrubbing hard with that. You could probably get a scrubber brush out if you had one. I think I had one here, so maybe do a little bit of scrubbing along with your Kleenex. So I want it to be lighter here, lighter here. So I'm really doing a real scrubbing job there. Maybe lighter here, because this is more forward. Lighter here. And it's a nice idea to have some of these overlapping, so this cloud might be overlapping the cloud behind it. Actually, it would be the other way around, to tell you the truth. This cloud would be overlapping this cloud, because from a perspective standpoint, these ones are closer to you, the ones that are immediately overhead, and these are away in the horizon. But don't really like the shapes of these, but you can't fuss too much. You know, the more you fuss, the more contrived it looks. So something to think about. Yeah, don't really like the shapes of that. This is a nicer shape. This one here, not so much. Okay, so that's option number 2 is to not wet it first. I don't know how much of a difference that made. We could go back here and scrub some more whites out if we wanted to there. That might help improve this one a bit. Just being really careful to select certain spots that might, you know, some of these hard edges are nice. Having a mixture of hard and soft is always a good idea. So you could soften some of those and have others that are hard edged. Maybe soften this part a bit. So that's that method. I'm not sure if I like that much, but trying to see what to do with this so that it's not, looks almost like an X, you know, not a great shape. But there you go.